Afternoon, VC. Dave. So, got back from Los Angeles, and work's been crazy. I think this is the first real week they've ever been without me for 2 years. So, been real busy. But Bill from the Vinylverse made his annual trek down in June. He's got family in town, and so he had dedicated Thursday to be able to get out for a dig. And he met up with John Digital Gramophone out at Noble Records, and I was very happy that Dylan was able to stop by the shop to see him. And yeah, Bill and John found some great records there. I had to work. But I worked through lunch and got off at 4 and met them out at Tip Top Daily Market. It was cool. I got there a little early, and the drummer from Hope's Fall, Adam Morgan, was there, and yeah, shot the shit with him about records, and 'cause he's a big record collector. He's no different than any of the rest of us. Just doesn't make YouTube videos. And their most recent single, it came out right before COVID hit, is finally going to be released on an EP, Press to Wax. So just found that out from the source, so I'm really stoked about that. Hope's Fall is one of my favorite bands from Charlotte. Very successful, heavy, melodic, the emo hardcore stuff. Yeah, looking forward to that. And then yeah, Tip Top, it's the Holy Land here in Charlotte, as far as I'm concerned. You got records, beer. Now there's books too on top of it, and you got the patio out back. I mean, you can't go wrong there. They've got a taco guy that's out front now a lot of the time. He wasn't there on Thursday, but yeah, Bill and John rolled through, and they both found killer records, and I was pretty well tapped from the LA trip, but I did find one record there, and was happy to pick this up. It's Cecil Taylor. This is the Record Store Day Paris concert, and on the Freedom label. Yeah, recorded Paris, November 30th, 1966. And I thought about picking this up on Record Store Day. Scott had recommended it, and I was just, it's probably like $45. This was 20. Looks unplayed. Still had the hype stickers in here, and but it's real thick, like 180 gram white wax. Really nice records. I dig anything on the Freedom label. I think ORG Music had a hand in putting this reissue out for that Record Store Day maybe a year or two ago. And yeah, limited to 2,000 copies. Yeah, 2019. So happy to stumble across this for over half the price of what it was initially. And I really love this lineup. Jimmy Lyons on the alto, Alan Silva bass, and Andrew Cyril on the drums. Of course, yeah, Jimmy Lyons has some BYG stuff I'd love to come across. Really dig his playing quite a bit. To me, just someone you don't hear about too much. He really, his tone, his style, I really dig. And this has Student Studies Parts 1 and 2 on side A and B, Amplitude on side C, which is 19 and 46, and Niggle Fwiggle, a 12-minute composition from Cecil Taylor on the D side. So this is a really cool score. So that's all I picked up with John and Bill, and we headed over to one of my favorite restaurants here in town, Loopy's. It's an institution here. Just all kinds of great southern food and good burgers, nachos. It was chicken and dumplings night. They have a spaghetti night. They have a meatloaf night every week, and it's never changed since I've been going there since the mid-90s. It's kind of crazy. It sits down in this dip on 7th Street, and a couple times cars have gone off the road and gone right through the restaurant. God damn. They've had some bad luck. Hurricane Hugo ripped the original sign off the front and deposited it in a park that was found, decade later. They now have that back, which is pretty cool. It's in the back room somewhere, but really cool to see Bill. He scored huge at Tip Top, and I'm sure he'll show you in a video when he gets back to Pennsylvania. He's on his way, I think, soon. But I also got some VCLT that was waiting for me when I got back from Los Angeles. Had my mail held, and it was on the door when I got back that day, which was just fantastic. And this is from Michael at Notes and Tones out of New York City. One of my favorite new channels. Not a whole lot of content right now, but what he does post is just top notch. Very knowledgeable guy, and he's got his pulse on the current jazz scene. It's hard not to, being in New York, and where you can get out and see these musicians, yeah, it's kind of the axis of jazz still to this day, and a good place to be. But he passed along 2 fantastic records, and I'll show these here in a second. But it was just funny. I was out in California staying with Sherv, and I didn't know he had also sent him a package, and we got back from a dig, and there it was waiting for Sherv, and just fantastic records in there. And one was a James Brandon Lewis record, Jessup Wagon, which we listened to immediately, and it's going to be up there for one of the best records I've heard this year, easily. Teddy had called me months ago raving about it. Look for a video from him coming up on that topic. Yeah, it was only pressed to 300 copies, so it's extremely difficult to track down now. But CDs are available quite a bit on eBay, I've seen, and of course you can download it. But yeah, so Michael sent me another record of James Brandon Lewis, James Brandon Lewis Trio No Filter. This one's back from 2017, but he also sent the download for Jessup Wagon. So I'm very stoked to have that in the car. And this is on a really cool color vinyl. This is private pressing from James Brandon Lewis music. And he's pretty much maybe the best going in jazz right now, as far as I'm concerned. Just unbelievable player. Yeah, this is also a killer record. Also, he threw in the download for No Filter. Man, Michael, this is top notch stuff. There's the download card for this one. But yeah, he's on Bandcamp, James Brandon Lewis Trio. So check this artist out and support current great jazz that's going on. And also he had this record in here too, Ahmed, Nights on Saturn, Communication, and this is one that he had featured in a video and had been on my want list. This is on a label that Sherv showed me some records he had on while I was out there, just by happenstance, Astral Spirits. Anything on this label is worth picking up. Fantastic label. And this is a live performance from London from 2019. Pat Thomas piano, Joel Grip bass, Antonin Gerbel on drums, and Seymour Wright on alto. This is just beautiful stuff. Great record. Yeah, this has got a nice insert here, and yeah, it's got the custom label here for, well, I'm turning it the right direction, Astral Spirits. So yeah, happy to have gotten this as well. So really thoughtful note, and yeah, Michael, really appreciate this. Great stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to catch up on all that. I got a couple of records in the mail that are record store day titles, so I'm waiting quite a while for those. Stores are really backed up with getting that stuff out, so might be another week before I have a couple of those titles in hand to go with the 3 that I've already picked up. So I'll probably just do a separate record store day video here at some point with that stuff. And then yeah, have found a few really important records to add to my collection here over the last couple of days. So those will be coming around. And yeah, hope everybody's well. Peace.